Yes, Excelsior. I devour some of this flow along with soul. You don't need that no more. You could be an empty vessel, that'd be fun. For toe with rope with toe. What would be the toe across the bridge and who would be able to tell? Type shit until the talent would go. With some more of this talents I take hold and take lift. Yes, my best was this, yet to come, and both they were a braided work, because then I embroidered more, because then I could reach the borders, yo. And once I did, then I could roam and run like horse and pick up hoofs and pick up speed at pickup speeds without the canopy. So you go quicker, you know what I mean. Wires touch, hot wire touch, until the hot rod would have got bent over the carve that made the table like such. Makes me soft like suckling pig, or what's that's y'all. Maybe slaughter gets, because then I could get all of it for once. Laughter gets me grin, and then y'all get like lava run from off the top the mountain, no, because you were mountain top or mountain none. Maybe all of the nuns got wit when I started to spit, but that's the way that it is. They said their vows and I break those bits. Like I took them vows from Vanna when she didn't watch. It's not stole, she said I could, but she turned a blind eye to me like the mouse. I run a cloud, because then you could have called the car. You could have hauled without the weather involved. And then the weather mom be wrong, because me crystal ball would blow. Then I could take these gloves from off me arms, and then the lens would fall in love. With the lens were up for once, with the lids that could saw all of this solid go on like a solve all the crimes, because I'm pre-crime dog, minority report, and the biggest registry to get some of my chemistry that I just put onto this petri, you see. Until the piece would have got picked from the tree, because then I'm pickling sweet, because y'all was in pits of despair when I didn't rip, and then I didn't see what once lived. Oh, this whole just bro, because the porch is full with all the lumps would glow with moths around, because it's been months since flow type stuff when I'm not home with Mo. Onward talking, upward dark, because then I could say my opera now like an opera start, and the opera house was full with all them seats for what was soft and what was God and what would open to the touch from Son or the touch from God, maybe the touch from both, because then I could reattach my paw where I could test some walls with the toe that touched the top. Boom! Seas get some more than fists with fins, and then I can fist your jaw, and when it connects you break like glass. I guess I'm Bruce Willis, bitch. Maybe my relish and shit had no bond. What was cut, what was foam with mechanism that spins. Cause I saw it once on a show, that's how they make the hoe, and no dog at all, cause he didn't have bow, and yo didn't have porn. That really sucks. Fornicate some more my way, because then I make my way, and then I forward for great, because then I could brandish with what I swung was amber horn, and y'all could have saw an example for the best there was. Whenever I said a bunch of stuff and make it blend the way I want. The wave was a wave, dog, and then y'all could have say so with the seesaw, and then the fucking sincere soul would start to glow. His particle they got from God was larger, yo, so I need to say this, son. As if I didn't, I would regret it type shit, and then I mended and sick like I knew how to stitch the fabrics of time when I win. Yes, and the wind be gone. The wind from chest, and then I got wind chime, y'all, attached to what was spit. It was like one of those in a farm that would pull the oil from ground, and then y'all could have saw what could have got grinded down. Like that's the grain that the horse be chomping on, and his name wasn't Champ at all. Yes, he had a collarbone. It could have been broke, like he fall off of what had the handle go, like right over though. And then y'all could have start to cry, maybe sob, because that's not a full-on one dog, because then I could have the stage and the puppets got pulled with the strings that tossed the arms, because the testament to all was when I ripped this part, because then my steam was running off. A steam with me, because then y'all could see what could have been tough to keep the posters up, because those are the people you look up to, dog. Because you're short. A stocky, nah. Maybe a stocky some, because then I could get you for stock for soup with ladle up, because then for later, dog. Later they saints with me talk, and then y'all saw when went some, when you wink some, because then you weak some. You should have been summer, dog, until the summer come, and then I could say, like I really mean it, dog. Melt you down and smolder some, because then I could be the shoulder for y'all to cry upon, because then I could be the palm that frost and cold would settle in. It was unsettling shit, the shit that I said for the settlement then, because then I settled it quick, because then I said all of it until you all got sad and shit. Mopey like mobs that sit where the broom should have been. Yes, that's the Brunswick shit that's coming for you quick, because then the wick of book would have made sense, and you could have read some of the proceedings. They just wanted chicken bucks for the puck is dark, so they feel important for once. That's the only thing that it took. Doesn't that suck? With the glasses they push on their nose to look like they smart. Maybe they need a smack where it belongs, and maybe y'all were a bunch of schmucks who were called good by other schmucks, dog. You were all reflections of each other that bounces off a fun house at a carnival that comes through town. Yes, build it and they will come type stuff. Calm the seas with some me speech, and then y'all could have saw a semi-garb with a bunch of demis involved, like a bunch of moths that never come to your club. Never know the secret door. Maybe I know the secret door. It was just a kick through cellar, yo, because then I settled all with the satellite that spun. That was attached to GPS hard, because we both bombed the same time. Same chest a bit, because then I could get into this shit when I spit a chestnut roast over what was hot till Santa Claus comes. And down the chimney though, with some more of these hollowed flows that were hollowed out a while ago, like artifacts from ancient civilization shit, like alien ships that soon be spent, because then they weren't built quite yet. They will in a sick type shit when I said this shit in the coldest set that resembles where you once lived when you was kid. See, all those times they missed, they all made sense. All of them was a bunch of monks and heights they get, because then steps would have been took by slinkies that did opposite of what they usually did. Going down? No, I'm going escalate, bro, because then I could escalate talk. Y'all saw the escalade go down the road until the escalade popped. And then it turned into a V-Dog and a bus. And then you couldn't believe your eyes. And you tried to wash like you got some type of toxin. Maybe your tonsils broke, because when I go with my flow, it's like a cemetery. It's broke when the life would go from the grown, because then the loss would have changed into numb. Yes, Noddington look. Noddington look. TWA, fuck yeah. Get it, dog. Fucking get it, Yes, we will. Fuck yeah.